When you get to the point that your cold drinks that use ice start to taste kind of funny, you're already probably too late. The funny thing is, I actually think I stay on top of keeping this ice machine clean. And you see where we're at right now. So when's the last time that you actually gave your tabletop ice machine a thorough cleaning? Now, mine was clean about 3 weeks ago. So do you clean yours more often than that? You don't have to answer that question right now. Let's just make a point to clean it out right now, and I won't say anything. Now, these are the tools that I used if you want to go ahead and gather those up right now. And I use regular vinegar. They do make cleaner for ice machines specifically if you want to go with those, but you make that decision. Now, if you use the plastic ice scoop that comes with it, now would be the time to take that and the ice basket, take it out of the ice machine, and we're going to put that into the dishwasher. Double check your manual to see that you can put those in the dishwasher because the heat of the hot water in your dishwasher could damage them. Mine, I'm able to put in there. These two items are touched by hands the most, so you want to put those in the dishwasher to get them disinfected really good. The easiest way to get this thorough cleaning is to unplug your ice machine and carry it over to your sink, and then have the area that has the plug where the water drains out at the bottom, have that hang over your sink. I'll show you why here in a minute, why this is the best setup for cleaning. Once you get your ice machine in an area that you get better light in, you're gonna be able to see, this is a horror show. The fact that you actually see the things, the stuff that's growing inside of your ice machine, the fact that you're seeing it, you're way beyond where things are kind of safe. But just think about it. This is a wet, dark environment. Of course, you're going to have mold, mildew start growing in here, but just you're ingesting this in your ice. Now, in most of these ice machine models, you're going to have a plastic filter here at the very bottom. This is where we're going to take our pliers, and I'm trying to do this one-handed while holding the camera, trying to get the angle so you guys can see. But you're going to take those pliers and pull straight up and want to get this plastic filter off, because when you look at it from, look at the stuff that's growing underneath this, and that's not even the stuff that's going to come out of the hole that this was basically on top of, that was going to go inside of the ice machine. When we start spraying water inside of that hole, the stuff that comes out, you're going to be totally grossed out. Go ahead and take that plastic filter, put it in the dishwasher also, and now you're ready to run your dishwasher while you're doing the ice machine. So now we're getting to the part to where we're going to give this a good, thorough washing over your sink, and hopefully you have a sink spray handle or whatever thing that you have over by the sink to where you can detach and spray directly into your ice machine. And mine has two different settings. The spray that's a little bit harder, this one here, look at this. So what you're going to do, and make sure that your plug underneath is open so the water is draining out. That's why we set the ice machine on the edge of the sink, so that when we're spraying, look at all this stuff floating around, that it's going to drain out underneath. And I thought I had my plug out, but maybe I didn't. So I'll make sure now that we get the plug done. All right, so let's see if we can, oh, that's the footing. Okay, there we go. Now we got the right plug undone. The water can drain out as we're spraying the water inside of it. That way you guys can see it. I've got the good angle for you. So you can see as we're spraying stuff inside, all of that dirty water is coming out the bottom. Continue to spray inside of the ice machine. Try to get every single area, every single nook and cranny, all the corners. The more that you're spraying, and try to get down to where that plastic filter was too, because there's a bunch of mold and mildew and stuff that's kind of stuck underneath, and get that dislodged. When you're done with the pre-rinse, take some cleaner that you have. I have some homemade cleaner. This isn't the Lysol kitchen and bath. It's just a container I use. I make my own homemade cleaner with vinegar, alcohol, and water. But take some cleaner, and this is where we're going to physically just remove what we can get our hands on. Take some clean paper towels, and you want to rub and clean off every single surface area that you can reach with your hands and the paper towels. You're going to need a lot of paper towels actually as you're doing this. I've got some big hands, so it's going to be kind of hard to get up into certain areas, but you're going to have to do the best that you can. This is important to get the physical part removed of anything that you see. This isn't going to totally clean it, but this is kind of the pre-cleaning to get all of that stuff out of here before we run the vinegar solution through this. Continue to wipe down and spray, wipe down and spray, and then rinse out some of the debris that you've dislodged. Just keep doing this until visually everything looks really clean. One of the things that you will have to pay attention to, where you see on the lid, you see those screws that are up in there? There is mold and mildew. Mold and mildew is going to find a place to go no matter what, and it's going to be in areas that you can't see, so you're going to have to do the best that you can. There's the little ice scoop flap there that you have to lift up to clean. But the screws there in the lid are going to have mold and mildew in them. So I'm going to go and grab some Q-tips. Q-tips are going to be able to get into those areas that your hands and your fingers aren't going to be able to reach. And just, again, do the best that you can. A lot of the areas that are even smaller to where the Q-tips won't reach, you're just going to have to do the best that you can, because you're not going to be able to get everything super clean. And here's a tip from me to you, since I've done this so much, so often, is don't rely on just one angle of just standing and looking and seeing everything from one angle. You're going to have to kind of move around, get down, get low, look from above, look from below, side to side, move it around, make sure you've got light to where you see everything. The great thing about the inside of these ice makers is that they're all white, and so it makes it easier to spot the discoloration and all the growth that are inside. But take those Q-tips, wipe down where the plastic filter used to be at the bottom, wipe down, use the Q-tips, and the hole here, you know, where you took the plastic plug, where it drains out, you got to clean up in there also, because your hands are reaching from the bottom and we're pulling on that plastic or rubber stopper. So you're transferring germs, you're transferring stuff underneath, and that's where things are going to grow also. So make sure that you're wiping down every single area with the Q-tip as well. So next, I'm going to take that Lysol spray that we have, and don't worry, we're going to rinse this down really, really good. But I want to kill everything that I possibly can, especially in areas that the Q-tips can't reach. So I'm going to spray down every spot on this as much as I can. And then when we are done, we are going to rinse this off really, really good. We're not going to have any of the residue, so don't worry about that. And again, make sure that we're trying to attack this from different angles. You're going to flip this over. Don't leave it on its side too long, because there is some material, liquid material that helps with the freezing. I forget what it's called. That's inside of your ice maker. But you're going to have to turn this over a little bit just to clean out that drain area. Clean it and then turn this right side up again as quickly as you can. Spray it down, but you're going to want to turn it back right side up as quick as you can. There's refrigerant or something inside of it that you don't want to leak out or cause any other issue. Now take another paper towel and give everything a really good wipe down from all of the Lysol and all of the spraying. We really want to see all of the white shine. And again, it's not a total disinfectant clean just yet, because we're going to run that vinegar solution through this, but it's really, really close. So get this nice white shiny, get everything that looks like it's growing in there, get that out of here as much as you can, and then we're going to move on to the next step. So now that we have the inside clean, you're wiping down the outside of the unit. We're going to rinse this off really, really good. Again, take the highest pressure that you can from the sink that you can get in there, and you're going to rinse and wash everything down once over, twice over, 3 times over. We really want to get all of the spray, the Lysol, all of the cleaner stuff. We want to get all that out of here. So you're going to have to rinse, let it all drain out, rinse it again. Once you've done that 3 or 4 times, you feel like it's rinsed off really good, we're going to go ahead and dry everything off. Again, this is going to be kind of the last chance for us to get anything that's still kind of stuck in there somewhere. So you should be able to see from all different angles that this thing is nice and white and clean. You're feeling good about yourself. We are almost done. Now we're going to have to clean out all of the areas that we don't see that the water travels into. There's some tubes and there's areas to where when I took this ice maker apart because it was leaking last year, I noticed that there's a little bit of mold, a little bit of mildew, some stuff growing back where we can't see it. So we want to run some ice cube cleaner, or what we're going to do is a mixture of at least 60% vinegar to about 40% water, depending on how what kind of vinegar that you have. But if you're using the ice cleaner that you purchase, it's going to have the dilution settings for you or how to do it. But we're going to run through this and fill it up to the top of the reservoir and let the ice machine make basically vinegar ice cubes. And these are going to come out really mushy because of the vinegar. But we want to run this vinegar solution through the system to clean out those tubes. Now, as the ice machine is kind of running that vinegar solution and you've got the good lighting on your ice maker, just take a look at all the work that you've done so far. This is going to make a huge difference, especially in the taste of the ice, obviously, but we're not getting sick. We're not ingesting all this nasty stuff. So how long do we make vinegar ice cubes, basically cleaning out the tubes and everything? I kind of let it go for about an hour on its own, just making vinegar ice cubes. Letting that go, getting that vinegar solution through all the parts of the ice maker, and then we're going to drain and then rinse with clean water and have it run cycles of clean water with the ice. So after about an hour or so, it's up to you, however long you want to do it, we're going to basically fill this up with clean water, and we're going to let it run probably 2 hours of just making clean ice, but we want to get rid of all that vinegar, residual vinegar that's still now. What makes this job a little easier when you get to this part where you're using just clean water, if you had the basket that was in the dishwasher, which I think I forgot to set the dishwasher, so it was still going, it was still clean. That's why I don't have the basket in here. So I have to actually, as it's making the ice and cleaning out the tubes, we've got to drain it. So any vinegar that's still there, and then replace it with clean water. You'll do better than I do. Now, don't be surprised that as we're making more ice and kind of rinsing out the system, that it doesn't dislodge more stuff that's inside. That's a good thing. So you're going to have to, whenever you see material come out, go ahead and just open up the bottom plug, let that water drain out, keep putting in fresh water, making fresh ice, and then my general rule is if I use that vinegar water to make the vinegar cubes when I'm cleaning stuff out for about an hour, I want to have it spend about 2 hours of just doing nothing but rinsing with clean water. I want to make sure there's no vinegar taste in any of these cubes, so that's why it takes so long with the rinsing. But at some point, you will get to the point to where you have nice, clean ice with no taste, no mold, no mildew.